Alright, so what is up, ladies and gentlemen? Let's get this bread right here. We're back today, Greening Out Gridiron Podcast, episode 9, I think we're at.
Yeah, 9.
9, wow.
Look at us.
Almost
Crazy.
to double digits. That's a
We should do
milestone
something
for the
special.
boys.
For
Maybe we'll do something special. Maybe we'll throw a party, do some giveaways to the fans with some merch.
Yeah.
Anyway,
T-shirt.
I'm Garrett. We're here today. We got Jay over there. Say what up, Jay.
How's it going, guys? Big
Yeah.
day today.
A huge day, one of the biggest. We got Walsh over here. Say what up, Walsh.
That guy.
We got our friend Austin here with us today, just sitting in. Say what up, Austin. Alright, so we're kind of just going to be talking about a lot of things here today.
Oh, my dog's
Just some random things. Fantasy football wise, one of the first things we were talking about is who do we want to see on Hard Knocks this year if we had to pick a team, because I don't think they picked one yet, right?
No, they did
I
not.
believe they did.
Yeah,
Last year was the Browns. The year before was the Bucks.
it was the Bucks. No, it was the Texans, right? And the Bucks were before that, I think.
Or it might have been the other way. I think the Texans were the year before the Bucks.
Really?
Yeah.
It might have been, because Deshaun Jackson was on Hard Knocks when it was his first year.
Deshaun Jackson was on?
It was his first year.
Jameis
in
Winston
Tampa.
was too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been there for a while, though. I know Deshaun Watson was on the Texans when...
He was on Hard Knocks?
never mind. I don't know.
I think it was Clowney and Watt were like the only
Clowney
two.
was. He was
Clowney
coming back from
definitely
injury.
Yeah, it was the
No, it
Rams
was-
then Bucks. I just looked it up.
Okay.
It was the Rams. I remember the
Oh,
Rams. The
the
Rams because it was
Rams.
when it was
It
before.
was Texans,
It was when-
Rams, Bucks, Browns.
Okay.
was,
Oh, wait.
um,
Rams?
Can you repeat that order?
Yeah.
again?
Okay, I'm going from the first season to the most recent season. All right, 2001, Baltimore Ravens. 2002, Cowboys. 3, Chiefs. Wait, no.
Just
2002,
literally tell us the last
Cowboys.
5. We don't
And
need
then
them.
2007, so they skipped a few years. It was the Chiefs, and then the Cowboys again, then the Bengals, then the Jets. 2011, they didn't have a Hard Knocks. 2012, Dolphins, then Bengals, then Falcons, Texans, Rams, Bucks, Browns. That was my dog.
Cool. No, yeah. I'd like to see a different team this
I
year.
know.
for sure.
I saw early reports that they wanted to do the Jets, but they turned it down because
The Jets
Gase was like, none of that shit.
Yeah, Gase seems like a very private guy.
Yeah, I heard that because yeah, I heard some of the stuff that he's not gonna have a lot of public days or whatever.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, could be good, could be bad. But if you have talent, like, I mean, the whole Lev situation is something that's going to get media attention. So I
Yeah.
think to avoid, like, the media as much as they can.
I think,
It's
yeah,
probably the
because
best for the
the
team.
first time that people really, like, recognized Rex Ryan as someone who's a very loud and cursy man was when they
Is it
did
sure?
Hard Knocks.
Greg Williams.
What?
Oh.
No,
That guy
I
was
was talking about
hilarious.
Rex Ryan.
Oh, Greg Williams is just...
Yeah, he was on Hard
yelling
Knocks last year.
Yeah, he was yelling and shit in Hard Knocks,
Yeah.
so...
I think all the great defensive coaches are very yelly boys.
I'm excited to see how Greg Williams does with the Jets.
I think it'll be good.
Yeah.
All right, who do you think? Gee, we'll go around the horn here. Who do you think should be
Who should
the
be on
subject of Hard
Hard
Knocks? What would be the most interesting to you?
I think the two teams that pop into my head, because they had, I think, the biggest splashes in this offseason would be the Browns and the Jets. Or the Browns
Really?
again, honestly. And I think if they continued off the Browns, it would be even cooler, because you see how they transitioned from last year, what they looked like, and then you saw how they changed during the season. They
Yeah,
got rid of
that
one
was
coach, and then now you see they get a superstar player. They're rebuilding. They signed Kareem Hunt. They got a new coach. So I think just the behind the scenes of that and just seeing to where they're at from where they were last year would be pretty cool. And the Jets, pretty much the same thing. Because, I mean, obviously the Jets have been bad for a couple of years now.
Mhm.
But,
yeah, they're at like
Yeah.
a crossroads in their history.
yeah, but
definitely.
they had a big free agency year. They had a big off season. And it should be cool, especially with the new coach, Lev, Sam Darnold. Like, why wouldn't you? That's exactly what you want, I feel like.
Yeah.
It's just to see how the team's going to start out. So it should be cool.
Yeah, I'd love to see the Jets. I think that's ideal. But
I don't think they're going to do it, though.
No, I think they'll... I think we're going to end up with something like the Lions or like the... I don't even know.
I wouldn't even mind that.
Yeah,
The Lions
I'd
would
like
be
to see...
decent.
Yeah, because Matt Patricia.
Yeah, exactly. And they have some young talent. It'd be cool to see. But what popped into my head was probably the 49ers, honestly.
Niners?
That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be interesting, yeah. Because they're...
Yeah, that's another one.
Because they were expected to have a big season last season.
Jimmy G went down and it just ruined everything.
Who else went down? McKinnon?
All their running backs went down.
Everyone went down.
Yeah.
Their backup quarterback went down, CJ Beathard. So yeah, that would be an interesting one. Yeah, Mullins came in and did very well actually. And then Kittle is a rising star on that team, so I think they would want to give him some exposure. I think I just saw this. I googled Hard Knocks, and then I saw 5 reasons why the Oakland Raiders make sense for Hard Knocks. And I don't need those. I don't need those 5 reasons. I just believe that they make sense because I mean Gruden is, besides Belichick, like the most well-known coach to mainstream audiences.
I hate that guy though.
Oh, I hate him with burning passion.
Was a good announcer, I think. Not a good coach.
Yeah.
Anymore.
Yeah, I mean he was an okay coach back in the day. He kind of lucked into a Super Bowl because he joined a team that had the best defense in the NFL. What else was I going to say? Oh yeah, and they have a lot of intrigue in that they don't technically have a home stadium this season. They're trying to rebuild that team, so that'd be interesting to see like Cleveland Farrell come in and who's the other guy? Josh Jacobs and the other one. Who was the other first round?
They had 3. They got a corner, I think.
I don't know.
Yeah. It wasn't Greedy Williams, so it doesn't matter.
That's true.
I think it was a defensive back. I don't know if it was a corner.
Oh no, it was
That's
a
another
safety.
reason.
I think it was a safety. Now that I said corner, I think it was a safety.
Yeah. Greedy Williams actually fell fairly significantly in the draft.
Was it second or third?
I think it was late second at least.
Yeah, no, I think it was early second to the Browns.
Let me see.
Apparently,
because Byron Murphy got taken before him in the second. Rock Yassin, Sean Bunting, Trayvon Mullen, Joe Juan Williams, and then Greedy Williams, 14th in the second round. So he was the at least 5th cornerback taken. So I don't know. I mean, he was really hyped coming into the draft.
Greedy?
I don't know why he fell so.
A lot of LSU backs do get hyped up because look at the LSU backs that have come out of LSU.
Yeah.
But definitely, and I think I read somewhere, I saw a report that one of the GMs said that everybody's rankings, if you looked at every GM's rankings of or scouting report on all the cornerback or their top 10 quarterbacks, they'd all be different. Because like
their corners.
Yeah, every corner, everybody would have them ranked somewhere else or whatever. So
that's crazy.
I mean, and you saw that because, like we said, Greedy was probably the most well-known or biggest name coming into the draft.
Yeah. Out
of those cornerbacks, and then he fell so late.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like whatever it was, 5 or 6 corners taken before him. I don't know the exact number, but
yeah, no, it was a couple. So
yeah. So speaking of rookie acquisitions and teams that were potential Hard Knocks candidates, we got Nick Bosa.
Right.
Nick Bosa hurt his hammy like a week ago, or a few days ago.
Yeah, G, I actually didn't hear about this. Tell me what you know about this.
I mean, from my understanding, the concern was him coming to the draft, him being a top pick was being a top pick in the draft was that he couldn't stay healthy because he missed a year of college because of this injury, and it was such a weird injury that took him out, and it was like, okay, well, can your body hold up like already? And we've seen that his brother Joey also has been hurt a couple games and whatnot going in, so I thought that was the big question mark for them, and I mean it already showed up in the first few weeks of camp. Yeah. He's got a hamstring injury. It's going to sideline him for a couple weeks, I think. Yeah, and if that lingers, those hamstring injuries we know linger and will flare up during the season. So, again, just something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, I think it's really important to see how they continue with Nick Bosa at this point in the season because it's so early and they really need to kind of baby him a little bit. Like, make
Right.
sure he doesn't come back too fast and make sure he doesn't go too hard, which is frustrating, too, because he needs to be in shape by the regular season to play professional
He
football.
needs to play dominant. He wants
Yeah.
to meet those expectations.
So he's, at the same time, looking to take a step up in performance and competition and also trying to keep himself healthy for the season. So it'll be very interesting to see unfold. Hopefully he's fine and then he could play.
Yeah, man, he's a great player. I hope he blows up. So
I feel like
Yeah.
you just gotta stay
whenever
healthy.
I feel like every time there's someone who's like this huge, like gigantic, like super athletic guy that there's so much hype around, they just can never stay healthy. It's so annoying. Like,
Yeah.
and just always like, I feel like when someone's like too athletic, sometimes they're just always hurt. It's just so
Right.
weird. It's so annoying. I feel like he's one of those guys, like J.J. Watt, like Rob Gronkowski, like shit like that.
It's almost like your body
weird.
just can't withstand your crazy athletic
Like,
ability.
Will
or
Fuller like
strength.
tears his hamstring every time he runs because he's so goddamn fast.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's
I mean, the
ridiculous.
more muscle you have, the more there is to tear.
I guess that's
I
true.
guess it's true. Yeah.
So you want to slim down so there's less surface area for muscle tearing.
That's what I'm doing. That's my
That's the
strat.
strat.
That's your strat.
Yeah, that's my strategy.
No, my strat is just get as much belly fat as you can so that if something tears, it's your belly fat.
Yeah, but anyway, so coming off this Nick Bosa thing, talking about another West Coast team, we'll get into the Rams here with Todd Gurley. I know it's been popping
shit.
up. His knee's been a question mark since the playoffs, honestly, and then definitely in that Super Bowl, it really scared everybody when he didn't get as much volume as everyone expected him to get.
Had
And,
a lot of people screaming at the TV.
Yeah, and I mean, if we're gonna go from a fantasy perspective, Todd Gurley already had his question marks in fantasy last year. You know, he did take those knees and like would not like stay in bounds and stuff like when he could have on scoring plays. Which I mean, for the team, he came out and said were understandable. But again, like if you wanted the top guy fantasy wise, you want someone who's just gonna score all the time.
I mean, he was comfortably the top guy in fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't. I had him last year, and I personally didn't have a problem with him not scoring. I forget what team it was on. Like when he had the opportunity to score with less than a minute left in the fourth quarter, not scoring. He's a class act. I don't think we should penalize people for doing the right thing.
Oh, I don't think it should be penalized, but I'm just saying.
I'm reading that he hasn't done any team drills yet, which is really bad
That's
news.
really bad.
That's horrible news because like it's been how many months since the Super Bowl? Like, come
Yeah.
on,
Well,
that's scary. Like, I don't know.
here's the thing: is it could be when you're a top star like that, you don't necessarily have to be with the team.
Nah.
If you feel like what the team is doing isn't something that
Dude,
you should
Todd-
be doing to get better.
Todd Gurley has worked out at team facility but sitting out at drills. McVay, Todd Gurley hasn't done any on-field work this offseason.
Yeah, so if he's at the team facilities, then obviously the team is aware of his abilities at the moment, and he's still working. But
Yeah,
Nah.
but
one of
he's
those
hurt,
guys
dude.
that's
He's
always
obviously hurt.
of course he's hurt.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what I saw a report today, and
But I don't have a problem with him not working out with the team.
we've already kind of touched upon that with Lev. We
Yeah.
mentioned that in earlier episodes, but I saw a report today about Sean McVay saying that they have Todd Gurley on a good program for his situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was reading that they said they're going to try to use him as a workhorse if
Yeah.
they can, which means, like, they're going to try, but, like, they don't know if they can.
Which is
Like, they
scary
can easily just
because he was
ruin your
easily
season.
one of the top guys in the league,
Yeah.
and he can just fade off like nothing happened.
Yeah, but in my opinion, I think this is going to make him a value, and, like, whether he can hold up for a long time, I don't know, but I think whoever drafts him is going to be happy that they did because he's going to be utilized as a workhorse.
Yeah.
And whether he gets hurt after week 5 or week 8, I don't know. I don't know how long you'll have him for, but I think he'll be it.
I think if
Big
anything,
help.
they're not going to want to push him back in too early. So if you do draft him, you might be able to get him a little later than, you would anticipate because he's not ready by the start of the season. But I could see him missing the first couple weeks and then coming back when he's fully ready.
Yeah.
No, I don't think the Rams would start him week 1 if they don't think that he could go an entire season.
Well, yeah, but if he's healthy, I mean, they're gonna put him out there and they're gonna do what they want to do with him. So, yeah.
See, I would be more cautious if he is starting week 1 than if he wasn't for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know. That'd be like a long time to be out. Like, what? He didn't like tear his ACL or anything. Like, what's wrong with him?
Well, the reports are saying he has a degenerative knee problem, so I don't know necessarily what that constitutes, but
it's a huge question mark.
All I know is
doesn't
I want
good.
nothing to do with it in fantasy, but someone's gonna draft him and someone's gonna be happy for like a little bit.
But is he a top 3 pick?
No chance.
No.
Do you think someone in our league drafts him with the top 3 pick?
No one's that stupid.
You don't really?
Because they can get him at 8. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think anyone who wants him is gonna pick a spot up there.
He would probably be the 6th or 7th RB taken.
So you think he'd be like?
So I'd say probably
9.
one of the last first rounds or one of the first second rounds.
And
Okay,
like,
just going.
yeah, and he just keeps moving down for me, honestly, which is just like bad news bears.
Listen, I
think-
agree. I want nothing to do with him, but I feel like someone's gonna take him earlier.
I think if you can get him in the second round, you probably should take him because if he is fine, then that's like so much production that
I've seen Jimmy Graham go with the 5 overall pick.
Yeah,
What?
I've seen no Sean Moreno go.
In the past.
second round after that.
that was the
Nothing
same
is
draft
impossible.
by the same person.
I saw Le'Veon go 2nd overall last year and not
Yeah.
play it down last season.
Yeah.
So anything can happen with time.
David Johnson.
Shout out
And I
Jimmy.
want nothing to do with it. And people are still going to draft him high, I think.
Yeah, it's rough.
If we want to hop back to the Niners, we can talk about the running backs again and just get into their backfield.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, they have a weird situation. Who do they have there? I know it's Jerick McKinnon.
Jerick McKinnon,
Breida.
Tevin Coleman,
Matt Breida and Raheem Mostert. They
Raheem
like him
gonna-
though. They paid him a lot of money, which is weird.
They paid him a lot of money.
Yeah,
Oyster?
Moistert.
Moister.
Mo-
Like more moist.
Moistert. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Moister.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Let me look it up.
Alright.
I don't even know how to spell that.
Raheem, I think it's
Yeah, just type in
Raheem.
Yeah, like Radio Raheem, if anyone's seen
Mostert.
Mostert?
Yes.
Mostert.
Mustard.
Mustard.
Raheem Mustard.
Raheem Mustard.
Yeah.
I like that.
What's his numbers last year?
He didn't. He only had like a few games as the
34
starter.
attempts for 261 yards and a touchdown.
Nice.
Yeah, that's not terrible.
No, but hold on. I'll look up his contract. Fuck.
But a report,
Drama.
I saw a report
That guy.
before that said Tevin Coleman's going to get the majority of the touches from the backfield.
It says
Which is
Coleman
interesting.
was?
Coleman. Which is weird because they really emphasized how much they liked McKinnon last season before he got hurt.
And it's interesting because Coleman's played that backup role his whole career so far.
I think if they're splitting carries between McKinnon and Coleman, it would be a similar situation with Devonta Freeman in Atlanta, where you would see similar production. But the thing is, that's a 4-person backfield. And if they want to use all of them, they're going to have to get creative, maybe putting Breida in on passing situations, because Breida is more of a pass-catching back, I think, than McKinnon has been in the past.
They paid like all of them. It's weird.
Even Breida?
Not
Breida-
Breida. Sorry,
Breida's
I was
leaving,
just
I
about to
think.
look up his.
I
Yeah,
think, isn't he a free agent now?
Breida?
no, he's still there. I think he was a rookie 2 years ago. He might be still on his rookie deal.
And they almost still have Carlos Hyde.
It says he signed a 3-year, $1.5 million deal. So he's not getting paid. But he might get touches, dude. He was good last year.
Breida was good.
And he was one of the only
couldn't
ones.
Stay healthy. One of those guys who couldn't stay healthy.
But he was on the field even though he couldn't stay healthy. You know, he still played the games. Whereas like
Yeah, but are you performing at your best ability when you're
No.
made of glass?
he,
Like
he was decent. He was decent.
He was. I mean, that entire team, there was something in the grass that just caught their feet and just tore their legs off.
Dude, he broke his ankle literally all the time. Like, every week
Yeah.
it was, like, the ankle.
He had
the
a high ankle
the
sprain,
ankle.
and he just tried to play through it.
He tried to play through it because he was like, Jerick McKinnon's hurt. This is my time to prove my role as the lead back.
Mm-hmm.
And just couldn't stay healthy.
And he's such a smaller guy, too.
Yeah.
I was surprised they gave him work.
But, dude, he would sometimes... He was so annoying fantasy-wise because it would be like, start him, 1.3 points, hurt his ankle in the second touch of the game. And it would be like that for 3 weeks. And then it would be like, scored 2 times, had fucking 150 yards.
He's like Emmanuel Sanders, and
Yeah.
that he just dies every other game.
Yeah. Pretty much.
I don't know why Emmanuel Sanders takes so many big hits,
Dude.
but he just
Brandon
gets
Cooks is like, I think it's so
Cooks.
funny how he always is getting rocked.
takes.
Like, he's the smallest dude on the field, and he's always getting rocked.
I feel so bad for those guys when they just get annihilated sometimes. It's horrible.
Speaking of small wide receivers, we got a rookie coming in by the name
Which
of
one?
Hollywood Brown.
Hollywood Brown.
Okay.
Hollywood Brown.
Yeah, what do you guys think of him?
I mean,
Antonio Brown's cousin.
yeah, he's been really explosive in college. Like, he just has...
And he played with explosive quarterbacks.
He did.
True. But
It's a fact.
for a quarterback to be explosive, the wide receivers too need to be explosive. So you could make an argument that Hollywood Brown was even more valuable than anyone else on the field at that time. I'm saying you could make that argument. I'm not saying that I would necessarily make it, but I'm just
It's a bad argument.
I'm just gonna leave it there. Just gonna put it on the table,
Yeah, but-
and it'll sit there.
So the real problem with the situation with Hollywood Brown is he is coming off an ankle injury into the season. That was the problem with his draft stock, but it looked like it was healing okay, and he was doing all right, but still, it's obviously a question mark.
Yeah.
And then the whole Lamar Jackson situation, obviously he hasn't proven himself as a passer. So is that passing game going to just be there now, or what's going to happen?
Who's
You
their
have a
second
good receiver,
option?
but you got to get it there.
Who's their second option at receiver? Do you
They
know?
just got rid of John Brown. Maybe like Willie Schneid is still there.
I
I don't
think
know.
they drafted 2 rookies.
Was Crabtree there?
Receivers?
I think they did. Let's look it up.
Because, I mean, Brown's very fast, but he's also gonna be needing to learn a new offense. And if he's getting double covered because they have no other targets, I don't see Lamar Jackson being able to use him as a consistent weapon. Especially in the sense that Jackson's not really competent in making the right throws most of the time because he doesn't have a spectacular arm.
He has a decent arm.
I said it
That's-
wasn't spectacular.
He's pretty inaccurate, but like other than that, he's a pretty good passer.
Even Austin's laughing at that dumbass statement.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
I don't know how much sense that makes. But I don't
was
know.
kind of
He's
zoned out. Sorry. I'm trying to look up the fucking Ravens draft picks.
But I mean, Mark Ingram's there. Like, there's talent in that offense.
Yeah.
Like, there's no doubt about that.
I mean, Lamar Jackson can make plays happen. He got them to the playoffs last year. We can't take away from his athletic ability, but his production through the air was lacking compared to like Joe Flacco, who was there for years. So I don't know if they'll try to revamp the offense around Jackson's preferences and where he's comfortable on the field, because he can't be in the same offense that they had with Joe Flacco, because that's just not the kind of player that he is.
They drafted Miles Boykin from Notre Dame.
Who was...
He's a wide receiver. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they had a lot of... and they drafted
They got young
Justice
talent.
Hill from Oklahoma. He's a running back in the 4th round. So they're clearly investing a lot of draft capital in their offense.
Well, yeah, because they need...
Young players.
Ingram's going to be there a year, maybe 2.
Yeah, he's a rental.
Yeah.
Smart. I think it's smart. It's a smart decision.
No, it's good because it's kind of like
sets up that he's going to be a veteran.
Yeah.
Been a good. He won the Heisman. He's a good running back.
Yeah.
It's like Lev going to New York. He's that veteran.
It just makes their backfield better long term also, and short term honestly. But in the long term, it will help them as well.
And I think they just want to pound the football. Like they just want to run the ball a ton. So like, if they can run the ball like 35 times a game, Lamar Jackson will run the ball like 12 times a game. He did that last year a lot. They'll give Mark Ingram a ton of carries. They'll give Gus Edwards some carries too. So they're just going to be a really run-heavy offense, and the wide receivers won't need to do much.
What's the other running back that was there last year? Who's the other one?
Buck Allen.
Not
Alex
Buck
Jones.
He just got signed
Alex
by the
Jones.
Saints.
Was it Alex
Alex
Jones?
Collins.
Alex Collins. Is he still there?
Is that? Yeah.
No, didn't they drop him?
I'll look him up.
They dropped him.
Oh, he got in trouble off the field.
Did he?
Didn't he get like a DUI and then they?
Oh yeah, Ravens waive him following arrest.
Yeah.
What did he get arrested for? A car crash.
I think it was a DUI.
Handgun was recovered
never
from the
mind.
vehicle.
Oof.
Glass jar containing approximately 5 ounces of marijuana.
That'll do it. Shout
Yeah,
out.
he's not gonna be back.
Oh, Garrett, the
Get him on the
Ravens.
pod.
The Ravens drafted Trace McSorley.
Oh yeah, that's the other guy. Now a lot of people are saying they were looking at him as receiver.
That'd be so stupid.
Dude, he's not a good he's just an athletic kid though.
No, he would be horrible at wide receiver.
You don't really.
He'd be so bad.
Who's the guy on the?
He's not that good at quarterback. He'd be even worse at wide receiver.
He's literally just like a dollar store Lamar Jackson. I feel like.
Exactly.
Who's the guy on the Saints? Like Taysom Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
They might use him like that because they were playing around with Lamar Jackson while they had Joe Flacco in the same way.
Yeah.
And if the Saints are doing it, like why not?
Taysom Hill is a fullback, tight end, quarterback, and running back.
Trace McSorley might be that guy.
He could be that guy if he's that kind of athlete. I mean, they're gonna want to use him. They're not drafting.
They're
not gonna draft
scouting
him
as
to
a
be
receiver.
a backup for his career, because that would just be mean to the guy.
Mm.
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, I know that the Giants were looking at him because they wanted to bring back that Saquon combo.
Dude, I don't know. I've seen Trace McSorley in front of my eyes too many times. He's not that good.
Yeah.
Who will be a better NFL quarterback, Trace McSorley or Daniel Jones?
Daniel Jones by far.
By far.
Daniel Jones will
Trace
actually get the opportunity.
Trace
is a good
McSorley
play.
will never have any.
He'll be the Geno Smith.
He'll never do anything.
Type of guy. Just
No,
be a
he's
backup
never
or
gonna-
something. He'll be a
not
good.
even
I
that,
said
not
it.
even
I
that.
said it the second I saw him play to my girlfriend. I said, that kid's going to be a good backup.
He's gonna be the next Josh McCown.
He's going to be a good backup.
I have no faith.
Geno's not a good backup. I don't know why you said Geno.
Well, just like Geno's making money. Look how much Geno makes.
Yeah,
Geno makes good
because
money.
the world
for
is
doing
unfair
nothing.
and bad people get good things.
He's the backup
He's
for
not
Phillip
the worst.
Rivers now. Like I think.
Is he really?
I don't even know.
No, the
That's
Seahawks.
nuts.
He's the backup for Russ.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is that?
That was in the this fortnight in free agency.
Oh.
The blog that I wrote available
Okay.
on gridiron.blog.
Right.
Geno, yeah, he's a bad quarterback.
But we were
He's
talking
done bad
about,
things to many teams, and he will continue to do so.
We were talking about Trace lingering around the league.
He'll be.
Which I think he'll just be a
fine.
solid backup that'll just stay on a team but never play.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have that strong of an opinion on him. I was just trying to take a shot at the Giants.
Yeah.
Let's
I think can I say one more
Yeah.
thing? I think they'd be a good spot for Gerald McCoy too.
Okay.
The Ravens?
I was gonna say.
Yeah. What?
Oh, this is where you want Gerald McCoy to end up.
Yeah, I was saying
That's
like
what you're saying?
yeah,
Okay.
they should. I was just saying it'd be a good move for them to sign Gerald McCoy
I mean, McCoy's got.
because they'd be a legitimate team if they were
Get their
if they
defense
rounded out
better.
their defense.
Well, dude, losing C.J. Mosley was
I know.
a big
Well,
loss
that's
for them.
yeah.
And they lost like most of their core for their defense.
Yeah, they lost a lot of guys low key.
Yeah, because Suggs went away,
Well, Suggs
Um,
was like a veteran for
and the
them.
Browns get a corner or something from him.
I think
Safety. Yeah, I mean, McCoy's got a couple good years left in him, and he's not very young, but he could definitely be a force on the defensive line that they need. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why the Bucks really cut him. I don't think he really wanted to be there anymore.
He's probably getting paid too much money.
Yeah.
Like he's probably still like they probably recognize he's still good, but
Mhm.
just not worth the amount they were paying him because he was one of the best pass rushers in the NFL.
Yeah, he's like
a
what,
couple years ago.
6-time Pro Bowler or something like that.
I don't know, but he was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. The Bucks defense is going to be even worse than they were last season, most likely, because they lost Quan Alexander and Gerald McCoy.
Mm.
Who did they pick up? Did they get any?
They just drafted Devin White in the draft.
He'll be good.
He'll be good. Another dog from LSU. He's huge, dude.
Oh, yeah.
He's huge. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I like Devin Bush too. I think Devin Bush is going to be really good on the
From the
Steelers, right?
Yeah.
They traded up for him in the draft.
Yeah.
Which was weird.
The Steelers never trade up.
Good move.
Exactly. I was
Yeah.
confused when they did that. But
Packers never trade up either. They did that too.
yeah, I think they did.
What they get? They got.
I think they did twice.
Yeah. Because Aaron Rodgers is mad at him now.
Right. But if we just wanna still kind of talking about the Ravens, former Raven, Buck Allen going to the Saints today.
Yes.
Does
Big
that really
news.
affect anything?
Big day. That's what I was talking about before.
No, I mean
this is the reason it was a big day. Buck
Huge
Allen
day.
signing with the Saints.
Yeah.
He was a decent. I mean,
He'll
I
be
think
a
he
solid-
was on my team at some point when I had to pick him up off the waiver wire at some point last year. He was just one of those guys.
He'll be a solid third down back.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
They're no back.
He's not going to split carries with Kamara.
It's not going to affect Tamara
No.
in any way.
No, I mean, it might vulture some touchdowns, but past that, I can't see it having any real fantasy relevance.
Like Latavius Murray would maybe affect Kamara,
Yeah.
right?
Latavius Murray is definitely going to affect Kamara in my opinion, and I think maybe Buck Allen will get some carries, but I don't think he'll be used at all.
It'll just be like a situational.
I think
deal.
they would this was a depth move for them. Yeah, he's a decent running back. I don't think they have big plans for him
Yeah.
in that loaded offense. Like they don't need another
Exactly.
weapon.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I'm happy for him. He's good enough to be on an NFL team.
Yeah. No, maybe he'll be forced into a situation where he can do something, but
Yeah.
until then, I don't want anything to do with that guy in fantasy.
And so going off that, former Saint. I don't know if he's on the Saints now. Was it the Patriots or the Saints with Jared Cook?
Saints.
Formerly of
He was on the Saints.
Raiders
Yeah, he was on the
last year.
right. Is
Yeah.
he on the? He was going to
He's
be
on
on the
the
Saints.
Saints.
Now he's on the Saints this
Yeah.
year.
He's
Okay,
on
so-
Saints this year.
Yeah.
He's current Saint now.
Yes.
Suspended the first 4 games of the season.
Is he?
Oh, why? What?
Didn't we talk about that?
No, that's Benny Watson.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Oh, okay. Never
Oh,
mind.
do you write Jared Cook instead of Benjamin Watson?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah. Benjamin
Wait, let's talk
Watson,
about Benjamin Watson now. Benjamin Watson was
He failed a drug test.
yeah, he was retired, and while he was retired, he took some steroid because he didn't think he was going to come back to play football, and then he ended up coming back. And when he signed with the Patriots, they knew about it, and
I
and
feel
they
like
just-
I wrote Jared Cook for a reason, but I don't know why. And I just keep looking at it. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, I don't know. Do you think Benjamin Watson's going to do anything this year on the Patriots?
No. I mean,
And he's suspended for 4 games.
I mean,
they'll probably get another tight end.
I like the guy. It breaks my heart to see him go down this path.
What do you mean?
Benny Watts, I mean.
What path?
The steroid path. Or the drugs or something, like whatever he took.
He thought he was stopping the.
Yeah, but whatever he
playing football.
took, he shouldn't have taken it.
It is
Why?
Benjamin Watson. I completely fucked that up. I just looked it up.
No, because he needs to be a role model for the children that look up to him.
Like the
And I just feel a
I
little
thought it was
betrayed.
gonna be like on the Reddit page and be like Jared Cook something, but I went back and it said Benjamin Watson. So I don't know what I was looking at.
Yeah, just cross Jared Cook off the list. We're not going to talk about it. We've talked about tight ends
Jared
enough.
Cook?
So
Yeah, screw
just
that.
something I'm looking at on this fantasy football Reddit, just interesting just to bring up randomly here. It says 1 day ago, there's a report that the NFL is likely to review an incident involving Ezekiel Elliott. So I
Well,
feel
that was
like
him pushing the guy at the
No way.
Festival.
Oh.
Yeah, still, but do you think that would like?
It's so
What
annoying.
would they do?
I don't know. Jerry's gonna fight for him. I don't think anything bad's gonna happen to Zeke.
I don't know.
What, he pushed a guy at a music festival and then got handcuffed, and then no charges were pressed? I don't think.
Yeah.
I
Is
mean,
this
I don't see what they could do to him.
is this his second offense?
I don't know.
Like,
He was
offense.
suspended.
Is this his second altercation?
He was suspended
with,
for something. What was he suspended for?
It was
Oh,
the
was it
domestic abuse.
Domestic violence.
That also charges weren't pressed for.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Something could happen, but that would just mean Goodell has a serious vendetta against Jerry Jones.
I don't think it has anything to do with Jerry Jones. I think it's just the fact that it's his second time, getting into a... Kareem Hunt got...
Well, he hit a woman.
Alright, yeah, true. It's very different.
It says Zeke shoved a guy.
Yeah, he shoved, some event staff guy.
Yeah, I mean...
He's still pretty fucked up.
Probably had some drink in him.
I'm sure he did. I'm sure Kareem Hunt did, too.
Yeah, I mean... She was also underage when
I
Kareem Hunt.
have no idea.
Stop defending Kareem.
I'm not what? I'm not.
Anyway,
Jesus
Saquon
Christ.
came out and said there's no way
Don't
that
put
he
that
can
on
be
me.
used too much. Which is just
No way he
showing
could be
why.
used too much.
Yeah, which is showing that he wants the ball, he's ready to get all the workload, and why he should be your number one fantasy pick over Zeke, because Zeke is getting injured. Not injured, getting reviewed by the league.
Zeke's gonna
Wait,
be a
so
stud.
what? We're going for Kareem Hunt?
We're not. Yeah. So, do we want to talk about those tight ends, Jared Cook and
No.
Benny Watts?
No, I don't.
One person I wanted to bring up was Hunter Henry. Today is 1 year since his ACL tear. Coming back,
shit.
participating in OTAs. What do you think of him with Phillip Rivers?
Phillip Rivers historically has a good relationship with tight ends, so I think it could be good. What say you, Jay?
Wait, who? Sorry, I
Hunter Henry.
Oh, Hunter Henry? I don't know. I mean, they probably have big plans for him because, they've been just waiting for so long for him to come back, and, Antonio Gates has kind of just been, hanging around to kind of fill that void until Hunter Henry can get in there, but,
What a
he'll
fucking
probably...
trooper.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Antonio
right?
Gates.
Yeah,
How old
that guy's
is he,
a legend.
50?
I don't know,
I think
man.
he's turning 52 next month.
Yeah, he's
I
really
think-
fucking
I
old.
think that's what I just saw.
Yeah. It's
You
confirmed.
just saw that.
Yeah, but
Just
if we
Googled
want to talk about someone interesting, I know Jay had some.
Oh, Jay loves this guy.
Jay loves this
talking
guy.
about
Loves
him.
talking about him. So
Thinks he's super
we'll talk
interesting.
about Tyler Lockett. What do you got to say about Tyler Lockett, big guy?
Oh, I mean, I just wanted to hear what you guys thought about,
Basically,
How
the
is-
Seahawks.
I don't know, just how he did last season and how
What did he finish
He's
in
gonna do
fantasy
this
last year?
season,
Did he
yeah.
have a really good year? I didn't even know.
he had a ridiculous year. He had a ridiculous touchdown percentage, touchdown to catches.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was so did Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson had some astronomical number.
I went to open my my receiving yards tab, and I hit the X. So I closed out of the stats tab.
Stats guy closed out of the stats tab. I don't know how I feel about that one. We might have to start looking for somebody else.
This is all I know.
Might have to get a new stat guy.
Oh, I'll do better, I promise.
Might
Alright.
have to hold auditions.
Read these stats as quickly as possible.
So Garrett, who would you rather take, Tyler Lockett or Cooper Kupp?
Yeah, I would say
Lockett
Tyler
had-
Lockett.
Tyler
'Cause
Lockett?
He's the well, I don't know. Now
Lockett
that they have
had
Metcalf,
57 receptions for 10 touchdowns and 965 yards.
What'd you know?
Lockett had 57 receptions on 70 targets, 965 yards, and 10 touchdowns.
Jesus.
So you had a good year.
900 yards and 10 touchdowns is nuts.
Yeah. That was by far his best year.
Yeah, and they gave him an extension right before the season started last year.
He runs kicks back, doesn't
Yeah, I think
he?
he does that too.
He's like a better Percy Harvin.
Don't you dare talk about Percy
Percy-
Harvin like that.
I don't know, man.
He was
Show
my
me-
second ever draft in fantasy football.
Show me his
First
stats.
was Ray Rice.
Show
Percy
me,
Harvin's
show me,
stats.
show me Percy
Percy,
Harvin's.
I
got
pull up Percy
his
Harvin.
his best year.
Oh, you
I'll
got Percy Harvin?
Tell me Percy Harvin's best year in the league.
Best year in the league? All right,
Compared
I
to
got
Tyler
it.
Lockett's best year in the
I'll pull
league.
Tyler Lockett's best year.
Okay.
Perfect. And let's see.
Alright, Percy Harvin's best year in the league was 87 receptions, 967 yards, and 6 touchdowns, and 345 yards rushing, 2 rushing touchdowns, and it doesn't have his kick return stats, which I'm sure were awesome. Oh wait, no, here's his kick return stats. He had 1 kick return touchdown for a long of 104 yards, and he averaged 32.5 yards per return.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's a lot better than Tyler Lockett's best
Yeah.
year. Yeah.
Which was this year.
Yeah, it was this year. It was 57 receptions, 965 yards, and 10 touchdowns, as Stat Guy did say earlier.
I did.
Yes, he did.
Correct. But
Yeah.
that's just interesting to see.
His catch percentage was
So he's
81.4%, which is nuts.
Now,
Oh,
was that year?
Bonkers.
Was
That's
that year
nuts.
when he was on the Seahawks?
That was when he was on Minnesota.
Okay, that makes sense. What was his best year with the Seahawks?
He had 1 full year with the Seahawks, in which he got 1 reception for 17 yards because he got hurt.
Oh. So
And
Tyler
that-
Lockett's already better than him.
He got
100%.
hurt, and
Yeah,
it ended
so
his career.
He's never had a year
Maybe-
that bad.
Maybe that's why, in my head, I thought he actually played when he was on the Seahawks.
Has Tyler Lockett
played? Oh, he's only missed 1 game in
Man's a trooper.
He
Say
ran
what
it
you
back in the
want.
Super Bowl for them, Percy Harvin. That was
I mean, we'll give it. I think. Hold on. How many years has he
Shit,
played?
I just backed out. Wait.
Because Percy Harvin played.
4.
He played 4.
Listen, I was talking about Seattle.
It's coming this year. Because
Ouch.
it was in Percy Harvin's 5th year that it got hurt. So if Tyler Lockett makes it through this year, he's officially better than Percy Harvin.
I was talking
Word.
about Percy Harvin's year when he was on the Seahawks. When Percy Harvin was on the Vikings, he was amazing. I'll
Oh,
give
yeah.
you that.
Yeah.
I followed him when he was on the Gators because I fucking used to love the Gators with Tim Tebow.
Yeah, because you were Tim Tebow. Just going out.
I used to suck Tim Tebow off.
Yeah,
But
everyone did.
that's just what it was, man. But going into more receivers, someone that we like to mention is Corey Davis. His fantasy value heading into the season now after the Titans drafted, what was it, A.J. Brown?
Yes.
How do they use him?
Was.
How do they use both of them now? I mean, they drafted Corey Davis in the first round a couple years ago.
Yeah, I mean, one is going to be on one side of the field, and then the other is going to be on the other side. Maybe sometimes on the same side, and then they're going to run routes.
Your
And then
tone's always the
hopefully-
same when you're serious and when you're joking. and I
Hopefully
can
Marcus
just never
Mariota can get them the
tell
ball.
if you're gonna
if
actually
they're
say
open.
something analytical or if you're just gonna bullshit for 5 minutes.
See, the thing is, that's the problem, though. They haven't been able to give Corey Davis the ball prior to A.J.
Well,
Brown.
that's because Marcus Mariota is a sad excuse for a quarterback and an even sadder excuse for a man. So harsh.
Yeah, that is harsh. But Marcus Mariota, he has not been a successful quarterback. That's a fact.
Mhm.
He's been
Yeah,
bad.
I mean,
He's been
I-
real bad.
He's
I
terrible.
wrote a blog about his career.
You guys should check it out.
James, you should check it out. It's the first blog posted on gridiron.blog.
.home.
.home? No, isn't home.gridiron.blog. Hold on, I have it up right here, actually.
We got the link. Hold on.
It is... Yes, greetingoutgridiron.home.blog.
Okay,
Got it.
greenyard.home.blog.
I'll write it down.
You should definitely know it already, Jim.
I do know it. No,
you don't.
I just
You've
was saying
you've
that.
not read one of my blogs.
I was saying that as if I was a listener.
We need
you know?
we need pictures on that site.
We do.
We gotta start recording sessions.
Yeah. We're working on video. Don't worry.
Yeah, everything's in the works. We're working on our audio situation. We're just working on expanding the brand
Yeah.
for you, all for you
More
guys.
content for the fans. But yeah. So Jay, anything you want to say about Corey Davis and A.J. Brown? I know we were talking about A.J. Brown.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, they're gonna be a low passing volume offense. I mean, Corey Davis there already wasn't enough for him last year. You know, like he was very inconsistent, but Marcus Mariota didn't play a lot. That definitely didn't help. You know, I don't know how incorporating another big name receiver is gonna go, but they better give Derrick Henry a lot of carries. That's all I know.
You love Derrick Henry, don't you?
Cause I know they'll be successful if they give. I know he'll be successful if they give him a shit ton of carries. So like, if nothing's gonna be successful on that offense, you know, like that's the only thing that has a chance, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think. I mean, the two receivers, everyone on that team in that offense is very athletic and very talented, and at a certain point, all the pieces just have to come together, and hopefully they will for them this year. But
they need a quarterback, dude.
Yeah, I don't know if
really
Mariota's the guy in Tennessee.
They have Ryan Tannehill.
They do have Ryan Tannehill, so I mean he's gonna come in.
He's terrible too, though.
And do the exact same thing Mariota's been doing. But that defense is good. I think they'll do well as a team. I think they'll be a playoff contenders, definitely. But for fantasy,
that division's weird, man.
That division is weird. I think, but
we'll get a division video out on or episode out on that soon. So stay tuned for that content.
But I think fantasy, the player with the highest value is probably their defense.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Their offense was a dumpster fire, so yeah. I
agree. But going in off those receivers we were talking about, any other rookie receivers you want to talk about, guys?
I like N'Keal Harry on the Patriots.
Yeah, that was interesting. They got him in the first round. That's weird for them.
They never get receivers.
They never take skill players really in the first round.
Edelman was a 6th, right?
I
think Edelman was a 6th.
Yeah, they took Sony in the first last year, but they used him a lot, which is a good sign for N'Keal Harry, I think. I think they'll involve him early, and I think he'll score a lot of touchdowns.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about him, but the fact that they did draft him that early means that they do have big plans for him in that offense, and there's a hole that's opened up with Gronk being gone. Brady needs another guy. Edelman's not. I mean, he's going to be around for another 2 years, so maybe he could take N'Keal under his wing and show him the ways of the Brady. But
yeah, apparently they're already working together. He's already catching throws from Tom Brady. So
yeah, because Brady he vacations with Edelman.
Yeah, he's on. N'Keal Harry's on vacation.
Oh, he's on that vacation.
Yeah, it says
he will be fine.
Oh, he'll be fine.
He'll
already have him on vacation.
Well, I don't know if it's vacation, but he's training with Edelman and Brady.
Yeah, when Brady gets a new toy, he likes to play with it.
Yeah, Josh Gordon. That was sick last year.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about Hollywood Brown already, so we already touched upon him.
I don't know much about these young bucks.
I know those were the big guys. Those early rounds.
Samuels
DK
another
Metcalf.
one.
What do we think about
DK Metcalf too?
He's a big, strong boy.
Yeah, but again, talking about the Seahawks offense, you think they're going to throw the ball a lot? And how are they going to use him with Tyler Lockett?
I mean, they'll throw the ball enough. I think Lockett is more of a slot guy. I think he's reliable in that role. And if Metcalf can be... He's probably going to be a red zone threat because he's big. And I think that could be the niche that he fits on that offense. But it remains to be seen if he can slide into the Doug Baldwin role or if they have to use him in a different way.
Yeah, I mean, I think Metcalf's just another body for them, deep threat.
Yeah.
But their offense isn't going to produce much, I think. But I don't know. I have a lot of faith in Russ. I think they gave him money. I think he's dedicated now. He wants to be in Seattle.
Yeah, I think...
He's won a Super Bowl there. He wants to win another.
I think they're, definitely starting to walk away from, passing, though.
You think?
Yeah, even though, they paid him a lot of money, because he is that franchise quarterback, and he's, you couldn't not pay him that money. He's won you a Super Bowl. He's definitely been efficient and good for them, but I think they just had to do that if they wanted to keep Russell Wilson. Because he was threatening to walk away. You know, he said he would have left the. I don't know if he said that, but it was rumored that he was going to leave the Seahawks if they didn't pay him enough money. So I think they just keep their offense like the way it is, pay them a lot of money, and just they're gonna roll out what they want to roll out anyway. They're gonna keep running the ball because I think they built their offense around that now.
Yeah, I mean, you need that stability at the quarterback position if your team's going to be successful. And Russ is the guy. He's been the guy for years, and I think it would have been bad for Seattle if they let him go. Just because,
Yeah,
I mean, he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, and he's been productive his entire career, and just he is the Seattle Seahawks, so they can't let him go.
Yeah, he could very well have another really efficient season, honestly, and still end up as a top fantasy quarterback, you know? I could see that happening, but I just think the possibilities...
I think he'll be top 10.
I don't think so, but I think it's close.
Yeah, I mean, he'll hang around there. He's definitely a guy where, worst case scenario, if your quarterback's on a bye, you can plug him in and he'll get you a good amount of points because he's fairly consistent.
Yeah.
Someone's going to draft him, though, and have
Someone will draft him in a late round.
Zenyu.
Zenyu
That's
probably.
good.
Zenyu picking my ass.
I mean, Shane swears by Russ because Russ had his best fantasy season when Shane was...
I don't know. I think he's over it because last season he was like Russ is going to...
Well, yeah, I had Russ. Once you have Russ on your team, the year after, you're over Russ. That's why I've been over Russ for like 4 years.
Right. But
That's pretty sweet.
interesting I saw also on this Reddit post was that the Steelers have been working out using both James Conner and Jaylen Samuels in the backfield.
Oh, yeah. You're saying this
So
before.
using those two guys in the backfield, how do we feel about that from a
Dude.
fantasy perspective?
James Conner's going to be the guy.
Yeah, but that's
There's no way
weird.
he's not.
I don't.
You don't think he has any impact on his workload?
No,
Maybe like
not
it's just
significant.
maybe as a passing because this guy's a tight end, so they might just like use him as a passing down back.
They
Yeah.
like Jaylen Samuels. I think they're going to use him, but do I think he's going to affect James Conner's numbers?
No.
Not at all. Not whatsoever.
I agree with you. I think worst case scenario, the occasional vulture. You know, that's soul crushing sometimes. You know,
Jaylen Samuel could be the vulture of the 2019 season, not unlike Danny Woodhead in the 2016 season.
we should give that award out at the
Danny
end of the
Woodhead
season on
award?
the podcast. Yeah, we'll name it after Danny Woodhead.
Yeah, we'll do
It's
that
the Vulture
at the
Award.
end of
The
the year.
Vulture, yeah, I like that.
Vulture of the year. Who's the vulture of the? Who's the? You think Danny Woodhead's the greatest vulture of all time?
Absolutely.
Oh, no doubt.
You think?
No doubt.
There's
There's
who have
nobody
been
else.
some greats.
Brandon Jacobs.
Brandon Jacobs.
Lamar Bradshaw would take it down there, and then
Yeah.
Brandon Jacobs would just pound it in.
I didn't really play fantasy when Brandon Jacobs was.
Yeah, but still,
was in
Brandon
the
Jacobs
NFL,
just
though.
in general. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like that's someone I can just name.
I remember Charles Sims with Doug Martin.
Yes.
That dude would take every touchdown. It was the
Oh my
funniest
God.
shit.
Yeah, for like 2 years, there's Charles Sims just getting all of the touchdowns.
Who
Latavius
else?
Murray's been pretty good at vulturing.
Yeah, Latavius Murray. Oh, Matt Asiata.
I was just gonna say that.
Matt,
I was just gonna say
yes. From that was when
Yeah.
AP was hurt. And
Yeah.
They had who Latavius was in, right?
I forget. Yeah, I was gonna ask you who was he playing with? Like, who got hurt in front of him? I forget.
Matt Asiata?
Yeah, Matt Asiata.
AP tore his ACL.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wasn't he also
Right.
playing with
I think it was Latavius. Or was it someone
forget.
Was
else?
it Matt Asiata?
It was Matt. I think it was Matt.
He played
Asiata.
literally.
That
He
dude
was
scored 3 touchdowns.
He was
a game.
Hawaiian. He was like Hawaiian working at like some like factory, and it was just like, oh, we need a running back. He was like, sure.
Yeah, man.
He's just jacked, and they just fucking let him go off.
I love it.
Just shows that because the Vikings line was so good back then. That's why AP was so phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
He was mediocre.
they
at
carried.
yeah,
no.
That
That offensive from 2007 to 2012, the Lions had the best O-line in football, and they carried AP to a Hall of Fame career.
Did you say Lions?
Not the Lions. They had the best O-line. Did I say the Lions?
You
The
said
Vikings.
Lions.
The
Yeah,
Vikings.
Vikings.
The Vikings.
Yeah, I know. You meant that.
The Lions never had the best.
That's very true.
Yeah, but
They were 0-16 in that stretch, right? 2007 to 2012, that stretch. I think that was their 0-16 season.
I don't know.
Because that
It was in
that was
there,
the
maybe.
year before they got Stafford.
I don't know.
Who's another good vulture?
Yeah.
Garrett Blount.
He was.
I
He
mean,
wasn't bad.
he was the main
know.
guy for a couple teams.
Yeah, but he also vultured at the end of his career.
Yeah. Didn't he? Well, he played with
I'm trying to just
Lev.
think of some-
when he was on the
Yeah, I
Steelers.
love
He
it.
vultured.
Vultures are the worst.
Who's the
A lot of
guy?
fullbacks.
Rex something.
Rex
on
Burkhead?
Rex Burkhead, yeah. He's a good one.
Mike
Wow.
Tolbert, maybe.
Mike
Over
Tolbert.
that fat fuck.
Mike Tolbert, yeah. That's funny.
Joik Bell.
Well,
Jaquiz Rogers.
Jaquiz Rogers, yeah, kind of.
John Kuhn on the Patriots.
I was gonna say
I know the Packers.
On the
Sorry.
back.
A lot
well,
of-
he was a fullback.
Yeah, a lot. I was gonna
Yeah.
say a lot of fullbacks would,
Yeah,
would
Tolbert
definitely be
and
down.
Kuhn.
as
Not
vultures.
anymore though.
But,
Didn't Kuhn went to the Saints, right? I think he's on the Saints now.
They might have him. A lot of teams don't use a fullback anymore.
Yeah.
Fred Jackson. He's
Fred
like
Jackson,
the
he
ultimate
was-
vulture.
He was good though for a while.
Well,
He had
and
his
then,
own ti- he had his own
CJ
time to
Spiller
shine,
came
too.
in,
And then CJ Spiller came in and they rolled with him for
and
a
then
while.
his head fell off.
CJ Spiller's head did fall off. And fun fact for the pod, CJ Spiller was the first draft pick ever taken in our fantasy football league, first overall.
Yeah. And then his head fell off.
And then his head fell off.
Yeah.
And on that note, I think we're done. We
Perfect.
talked about a lot of things. That was a good conversation with the boys. Hope you guys liked the episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hope to we'll get another episode out soon. Thanks for listening.
See you guys later.
Peace out.
Peace out. Oh, crap. I said the same thing. Just end it.